Yeah. So this is Sav B featuring A Day in the Life.
Shit sounds smooth, man.
It's the honey dip mahogany monster. Take your mama to the doctor. Two side wild when I pop. But on the road, never been no lobster. On the body, now she want me to lock her down. Money in basement. Organ and major. Throw back real good. She got that. What you call that when they put it exactly where it's supposed to go? Right. Good product placement. Went 2 days of that condensation.
Fire.
Been around the block, so I guess I'm caving. Don't align with the grind. I ain't conversating. Nah. Decisions, I gotta stick to the vision. Reminiscing, turn to premonitions. Got me feeling like I'll never be good no more. It's my old girl and I ain't even get no hold. But my communication down low, I'm so cold. Damn. Right. Decisions. Will I run wild? Focus on the vision. Vision how I'm living, use what I'm giving.
Ricardo made this beat, right?
The Catalyst? Yeah.
Shout out.
It's a bad man.
They want a piece of the man, but can't never bring peace to the man. So I'm out of here.
Okay.
Fuck out of here.
This nigga stupid. Nah, that was smooth though. That was dope.
Yes.
Shout out Sav B.
That was off of his, like, he called it a mood tape. That was from like last year though. He did something after that.
Okay.
But that's just fire, bro. Shouts out to you, Sav.
Mahogany.
You know, you was the featured person that we listened to in the front.
In the beginning of the end.
Yeah, if y'all didn't know, that's what we kind of do.
That's the
But
thing.
I digress.
So we gonna start it off how it is in 3, 2, 1.
Ski.
Zersky. It's your boy Johnny King.
What up, Akil J. And
This is
The WOES.
Los Heroes.
He just came back from California, so that nigga is just straight like, oh, I'm going to speak in Spanish now.
Wait, nah, I feel like didn't the last episode we did?
You did not say Los WOES. No.
Los Heroes.
No, you didn't do any of that. You didn't do
Capítulo 5.
What? Was good though, man. How you feel?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. You know what I'm saying?
Good to see you
like,
again.
You know, we got the presidential debate going on or about to go down. So we're going to see what's up with that after this. But right now, y'all tuned into us. We about to give you a really good episode. Shout out to Boogie, SMB Productions.
Facts.
Shout out to The Catalyst.
Facts.
Shout out to Sav, that track that we just played. Fire, bro.
Sav B.
Keep that shit
available on all streaming platforms. Just look up Sav B, and you'll be there. You know.
He'll be there.
Yeah, he'll be
listen.
there. Shouts out YouTube world. We see you out here. See you. Podcast world. Hi.
Hi, hello. How
And
are
yeah,
you?
man.
Let's cockle-doodle do it. So what we
There is not a drink in my hand today.
Not
There's not a drink in
not
my
tonight.
cup. No.
Sober episode, ladies.
Sober episode.
We're gonna do it a little different today.
I can't
So
stand you.
I missed the first one. I was a bit.
you did miss the first one, and I was a little upset. But you know
I'm
what?
sorry.
It is what it is. Trust me, you get what you give.
Promo.
That's it.
Promo.
Yeah, just tag me in that. So we got today the topic of working while you're trying to make it, right? And why it's kind of seen as a negative thing for some reason.
Ooh.
So we just gonna get right into it. So I'm just gonna ask, why is it considered negative to work a job while you're trying to make it in your creative passion, your purpose?
Shouts out to the baby
Shout out to
upstairs.
the baby, man.
Thank you.
Shout out to the
Thank
baby.
you.
She
Shouts
living her
out.
best life, y'all.
Yeah, living her best life.
For the
Yeah.
long haul.
Her bestest life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is it
Why
looked
would
as
some
negative?
consider it? If you, let's say, maybe you do, maybe you don't. About to find out, but yeah, why would it be?
I think it's looked upon as negative if you're not like going hard for it. Pause. Like if you not, it's looked at as like, okay, you have to put all your eggs in that one basket in order to succeed. You look at anybody that's like made it in the world, their story that they're sticking to is like, yo, we got from here and we just
Gung-ho.
we stayed consistent in that. We were gung-ho and we stayed consistent in that. It was music or bust. You know what I'm saying? And that type of mentality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, you forgot that?
I don't think they've seen this a couple episodes. But listen, Yeah, this is what we all about. You know what I'm saying? Like, no negativity, only positivity. No hate, well, positivity. No hate, only love.
Like that. Like that. Shouts out to you, man.
Shout out to Selene
Shouts
for
out to
this
Selene and her
bomb
decor.
pillow.
Right. You know, they treat you like, oh, if you got a plan B, you don't believe in your plan A. Like,
Yeah. And
Yeah, that's kind of.
I think it has like it does have a negative stigma to it, but I also respect it at the same time because there are people out here that say that they're going for it, but they not really doing everything that they can be doing to go for it. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of my stance on it. I think it goes both ways. There is a negative stigma to it, but you know what I mean? I guess it's really who you talk to and different shit like that, you know? But what do you think?
I mean, I think it's kind of corny to kind of label it as negative.
I mean, I think that's trash,
I'm
but I'm gonna let
honest.
you finish.
That shit type whack, but
I hear what you're saying, but
everybody's entitled to their wrong opinion, I guess.
What makes it whack to you though?
So especially this, and this is a topic that we're gonna get to one of the questions.
well, you think the stigma is what?
Yeah, the stigma of like,
That
oh,
being a
like
bad thing.
he has a full-time job, he ain't really about it, or he whatever it may be, because at the end of the day, obviously you never know what somebody's going through or what their immediate needs are, and I just don't think it's fair necessarily to say that somebody isn't giving their all because you never know what their life has inside of it that's kind of causing them to need to have that job. Now, do you think it's more of like an age dependent thing? Like, do you think that it kind of more so pertains to people who are like after the age of 25 as opposed to people who are like before it, or like, let's say comparing somebody who's 30 still trying to do this versus somebody who's 18?
As far as having a job and trying to do it,
Yeah.
I think it's more negative when you're older. I think it's more of a negative thing.
Yeah, bro, because think about it.
That's part of everybody's story when they was a kid. Yeah, I was working 2 jobs, going to the studio on the weekends.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh shit, that's fire when you're 21.
Yeah.
When you're 35, niggas is like, why you working 2 jobs and going to the studio? Get your ass out the studio. Just
Go work your job.
Right.
Yeah. That's the negative stigma age wise. But I'm not going front, bro. I don't think it's whack. I don't think it's whack at all. I don't think the stigma is whack because, again, granted, it's who you talk to and everything like that, because it's also like timing, what we touched on the last episode. Yo, make sure y'all following along with us like every single week, because I don't know, it's just like reoccurring.
Things
Like,
just come
know,
back.
Ties in.
yeah, but yeah,
Ties
like
together.
all of that shit. It depends on who it is. It depends on how serious they are in their craft, and if they believe enough in their craft, or if the timing is right and everything like that. That also plays a big part. But you can't say that you are 100% for this in anything in life and do it 85%. That's not 100. Simple math. It's not 100. There's something that you could be doing that can help get you to the next level. You know what I mean? There's that one conversation that you could have. There's that one networking event that you could go to. There's that one opportunity that you didn't do because you felt like playing video games. You know what I'm saying? Instead, like, there's mad shit that we do as humans that fuck up the timing flow. It fucks up the flow. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I'm not 100% every step of the way. I'm not.
Every human.
We're human.
Right.
But I'll be damned if I'm doing it at 65% and saying like I'm all about this shit. No, it's trash.
And that's the fire of the woes, because we are speaking from experience of our woes.
As creatives, man.
So you feel it's more so pertaining to like people who are like, yeah, like I'm about this life, but their actions are speaking louder than their words, or their progress is speaking more louder?
Their actions. Progress is like, it's what do you say, subjective or relative, because it's timing. Yeah. You could be slacking off, you could be doing shit and throw something up on YouTube just for the fuck of it and go viral. Or TikTok and just go viral. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about the action speaking louder than words. Don't come to me telling me that you doing this and you doing that and you doing this and you doing that, and then I see you and you are doing the exact opposite. And then you're gonna try to tell me how to conduct my business. I don't like shit like that. I don't like shit like that. You know what I mean? I'm not jacking that at all.
Now that's wild corny. Like
But
what you're
think
saying
about
right now,
think about
like,
how
that
many
is.
people do that.
Yeah.
Think about how many people
yeah,
do that.
yeah,
And then
Like, that's
you know what I mean? Like
That's
there's
a
so
lot.
many of people that is yeah.
I think it's because music has become more accessible in so many ways. So before it wasn't as easy as me
1,
and
2,
you,
3.
but 4, 5, 6. One of us buying a laptop, a mic, and then we're just like, all right, cool. Let's just. I kind of like rap music, so let me just try it out. You know what I'm saying? Before it was a lot. It was harder to do that because we didn't have all of this, available. So now it's kind of like for the masses, like literally anybody can do this. So at one point it's like
Some ass people out there.
yo, and that's kind of also why I feel like it goes back to the negative stigma of you working to like while you're trying to do this is because to the point that you made, you could really not be doing shit. And you post some shit on TikTok, bro, and the shit just take off. Yeah. And this shit ass. But like Gen Z just fucks with it. They make a dance to it and boom.
You're lit.
You get signed. You know what I'm saying? Not to necessarily say that getting signed is the goal, but like you're popping.
You're noticed.
You're noticed, right? Now, do you guys think that you can actually work full time and do music full time? And when I say full time, I mean like your 40-hour work week. If you also want to think about a job where you probably have to do some overtime sometimes, that's cool too. And then music full time, obviously, you do it whenever you can and consistently.
In general or to us specifically?
We could do both.
I think in general.
Nick said, "Let me spin that real quick, bro." Spin that for
I
my
think
bro.
In general, it's just all about your work ethic and how bad you want it. And I wouldn't say that anyone can do it because if you want it bad enough, then you'll get it going. For me personally, though, I think I need more free time for my creative. Like I'm not a good creator when I am drained. Like spiritually, emotionally. If I'm drained, I can still create. You know what I mean? I'm the best of them. I do what I do, but you know what I mean.
Somebody get this nigga out of here.
Yo, spin that mic right here.
Yeah. Somebody get this nigga. Somebody get this nigga out of here today, please.
Yo, by the way, guys, we're in the market for a new videographer. So if you're watching this, hit us up on IG.
That's foul. That is foul. That's foul. That's foul. Just because the nigga say, I do what I do. I'm the best and shit. The nigga said, yeah, you're fired.
Nigga said, we the best.
Nah. Oh, man. But, hold on. What was the question? Too busy fucking with it.
Can you truly work full time and do music full time?
I think it's very difficult to have a full-blown career and do the music full-time. Like, I think there's a difference. You know what I mean? Like, you could work at...
You gotta think about when you
Yeah, like, you could work at Nike. You could work at fucking, I don't know, Macy's or Bloomingdale's or whatever the case is and work your 40 hours, work your overtime and everything like that. But you don't feel like there's longevity in that job unless you take it there. Unless you say, you know what, I'm going to move up in the company. I'm going to do that. But that's like a decision that you've made. You know what I mean?
To turn it from just a
To
regular
turn it
job,
from
so.
that. Like you could, or from being a regular sales rep or from being a regular employee to management or, and so on and so forth. I think when it becomes a decision of making things a career as opposed to just keeping a regular job to stay afloat, I think that's where the problem lies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I did mortgages full time. I did mortgages full time. mortgages is a career in itself because it's like, yo, you build your book of business, people calling you, texting you, you are the business.
I
You
ain't seen
are
this
the
nigga
business.
for a whole year.
I was gone for the because but it was because it changed my whole life. I went from making, you know what I'm saying, I
Boom.
quadrupled my income. I went from making 20,000 to, you know, whatever I was making, you know what I'm saying? So I was gone. I wasn't thinking about no music or anything like that, but it was always like nipping at my heels. So then fast forward to making the decision that I made, like, all right, I'm gonna do this shit full time. This is my life. You know what I'm saying? I've been blessed and fortunate enough to actually land a job in music, you know, for the TV and everything. But still, that was a hard decision.
Those were dark times when you were gone.
Right? It was a
Dark skies.
but it was a hard decision because it's like you're giving up sure for unsure, essentially.
Shout out to season 1.
Shout out to season 1. Shout out to season 1. Shout out to season 1. But yeah, that's kind of, at least for me, I think the career aspect, having a career as opposed to doing your craft as a career, the career choice.
I got you. I definitely think you can. I definitely think you can work full time, whether if it's a job or a career, and do music full time. More so now though than it was before, because of how the industry has changed when it comes to being an independent artist, right? So that actually kind of goes into the next thing that I was going to bring up was the whole self-financing thing. Like the importance of, especially now, of all times, you being able to finance your own shit.
Are you even gonna pay for? Would you pay for your own shit too? I hope that's a question.
Oh,
would you
we
invest
could
it? Like,
definitely,
would you?
yeah.
Let's talk. Doing that, bro.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So look, I definitely think you can, because I definitely feel like for most like up and coming artists, independent artists, obviously the older you get, the more bills you have, the more responsibilities you have, the more life just kind of grabs you by the balls and just starts holding you down and shit like that. You know what I mean? So you got to pay for that.
Or the vagina, because we have female. We have female creatives out here
and stuff like that.
You know what I'm saying? This is still going.
Hey yo, this is brought to you in part by the good folks over at S&B Productions.
S&B Productions.
And
whatever.
we're back.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, because you were out of pocket.
This
for that.
nigga here.
So
This nigga here. I do enjoy those though.
you got to be able to self-finance. You got to be able to pay for your own music videos, your own studio time, your own studio if you're going to build your own studio, your own recording time, all that shit. It's expensive, you know what I'm saying? And if you don't have a major label backing you, if you don't have an investor pitching in, if you don't have a team to support you, you going to really have to do it. You don't got you don't got the block working for you. You know what I'm saying? It gets a little very challenging. But yeah, are you willing to pay once you get that money? Once you see that bread in your account and you got to make that mortgage payment, or you got to make that car note, or you got to make that insurance bill, you got to break baby mama off a piece. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Either do that or pay the catalyst
pay
$500
the catalyst,
for me.
$500. We ain't talking prices. We ain't talking prices.
Yeah.
But we gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it.
Prices.
Nah,
It's
look,
like, damn.
like, are you gonna pay for your shit? I can say unequivocally for me, thank the Lord, I don't have no kids. I don't got no girls. So yeah, hell yeah, I'm gonna drop that $500 if I got to. I'm back, baby. I'm back.
You pay all your bills. The little bit of money you have left to spend on yourself, instead of yourself, you gotta put it towards your craft, and that's like a whole nother
But that's yourself. That's yourself. Like, but that's the disconnect.
Yeah,
That's the disconnect. People don't realize that.
It's an investment.
People don't realize that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you think back to Bryson Tiller with the whole, like, oh, my niggas, you know, my niggas gave me $400 and I bought like a little computer or whatever the case is. He could have said, yo, my niggas gave me $400 and I
About to go blow this bag real quick.
And I saved it because I didn't have no car, so I needed to make sure that my shit was right to take the bus or the train or whatever the fuck you got to use in Louisville. You know what I'm saying? at the time. I've never been, so I don't know what they do.
Country.
They could walk for all I know. I don't know. But like in any event,
Drive like us. Pretty sure they just drive
Archaic ass niggas.
doing out here in Louisville.
Fucking popper ass niggas. Yeah.
yeah, like I don't know, but in any event, like for real
surf-ass
though,
niggas.
you don't know what the nigga could have did with that bread,
No, you're right.
but instead he bought something. But then that's the thing that's like, it goes back to what we were saying a little earlier. Like, and I won't touch on it for too long, pause. But the nigga went from buying something with $400
Tell him.
to getting flown out to have like Timberland. Was it Timberland
I think
that gave him a
Timbo.
cosign?
Yeah.
They
Timbo
gave him a
that
cosign,
Yeah.
and then boom, he dropped don't.
Nigga got flued
So
out.
it was just like, damn, bro. How the fuck? What? How? How? Nigga, how much money I
What
spent on my
happened?
shit? And I said, no, I'm joking.
Where my fly?
But that's what I mean. It's like, it's also timing on top of that shit too. Timing and the grind. He probably just said, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna make this decision. I'm gonna do it. Get that little 400. Posted his shit up on YouTube nonstop. And then something just worked.
What's the most efficient?
Efficient way to work?
No. I'm sorry. The most efficient way to do it. Having a
make it?
job.
Oh.
Having a job, helping you finance whatever it is that you're trying to do to make it, or just going gung ho with it. Trying to make it happen yourself somehow.
I don't think it's one answer. I think if it was
The
one
most
way-
efficient though.
Yeah, I don't. As I'm saying, I think every situation, every circumstance is different. I think if we could agree one was more efficient, then more people would do that one.
I think it's also fear though to disagree with the room here. They're probably gonna go on that side though.
You know, I'll disagree with you just so we can have an argument. Let's fucking do it.
I think fear holds a lot of people back. The most efficient thing to do, hands down, is to just do it gun ho. Wholeheartedly.
Facts.
The most efficient thing, because there are more people like you, Boog, that say, yo, I work better when I don't have other shit to worry about. Like if this is my craft, like I need to work on that. You know what I'm saying? There's more hours in the day for you to do shit or whatever the case is. Now, granted, if you live in that life and you wake up in the morning and you just play video games from the time you wake up till 5 o'clock and then you say, yeah, I'm just going to do some music. Well, you're not working efficiently. That's a different thing. So you can't just make that decision. Can't make the decision and then like renege on the decision or just be like, yeah, psych, nah. You know what I mean? I just really wanted the time. So if you're really going to be about that life, you're going to do that. The most efficient thing to do is that, but you have to be aware and understanding of the fact that there's going to come days where you don't got no bread. If you got a girl or if you're trying to take a nice young lady out or whatever,
have to
or on the
hold
flip
that.
side, on the girl side, if they want to go out with their girls or they want to meet up with a dude and this, that, and the third, and they have no bread, you know what I'm saying? It's a different thing. Some people don't want to take that chance.
I mean, you gotta be able to feed yourself though. Fuck taking a girl up. If you don't got no money to do nothing, how do you survive?
No, yeah, that's true, but that's to my point too. You know what I mean?
You know, my problem is I wasn't thinking from a space of like have a job, get all the equipment, set it up in the crib, and then you don't need money. I'm thinking from the space of you need consistent money to go to the studio every week or go do a video every week or whatever. But you really don't in 2020. You don't have to go. You can build a studio. We have a studio here. You have a studio in your home.
I got it with my job.
That's the point.
Well, I mean, some of this stuff. I mean, I got it from working. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gets their shit from working, but at the same time, nigga, like, you can make money. There are means of making money
Oh yeah.
in your profession. No, within the profession that you want.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like my songwriting has paid for my studio equipment too, just as much as my job has paid for my shit.
That is a fair point.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Astute. That's an astute observation.
A way to find bread in music without
if that's
going
your
outside
job,
of it.
if that's your job, you're gonna have to like solicit yourself. If that's your job, if I'm a songwriter and shit like that, and I just sit home twiddling my thumbs and not go out there and say, "Yo, listen, I'm the nicest songwriter out here. Give me a shot. Let me write with you. Let me give you a song. This, that, and the third." And that person is willing to hear me. Hey, that artist is willing to hear me. That artist is willing to pay me. And this, that, and the third. I'm gonna make some bread, especially because I know it's fire.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing. A lot of people are like, they're scared to do it because there's no guarantee of bread. There's no guarantee of bread. There's no guarantee of movement right away. Whereas if you work 2 weeks at a job, you get a check, or you get a check the 1st and the 15th
consistently.
You know what I'm saying? Like
and I think a lot of people also have like just doubt their abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people are scared to ask for their price because a lot of people don't think they're good enough for the price to even go out and make money or whatever. And I feel like you gotta shake that off too.
And also, people just don't want to pay for their shit.
And people just don't know what they should charge. So a lot of people don't know their worth. You know what I'm saying?
And there are artists that feel entitled because if they're up to a certain point or whatever the case is, like, what the fuck you mean? Like,
I'm gonna snap it for both of y'all.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
And that's industry too. That's like industry and here.
Fact.
Like you could go many ways with that.
Pros and cons of either scenario. Seems kind of obvious, but let's try and delve deep.
Why don't you always asking the questions? Why don't you elaborate on your shit?
My shit.
Yeah, with like pros and cons.
Cause
Let me ask the questions.
Because I'm the question guy.
Let me ask the questions. So,
but I love talking.
We
so
went
let's
ahead.
do
We
it.
went ahead and discussed everything, right? So the room is agreed. All right. So the next question I'm gonna ask is pros and cons.
Oh man,
Johnny.
Pros and cons. All right.
See how
So
I
you
did
got
that shit?
pros
Fucking lit.
for working. Obviously, you got the money to finance your stuff. You have some semblance of security and knowing that you're going to be able to pay the bills or whatever it is. Obvious con, you won't have as much time to do what it is that you're trying to do. But as long as you make the time to do it, you should be able to do it. Of not working, obviously you have like no bread. You're gonna be broke a lot of the times. But going back to the previous question, like which one's
Broke.
I guess
Broke
more
is a mentality
efficient?
thing, right? We ain't got it.
Going back to which is most efficient, I would agree with you. I would say that gung-hoing for it and not working is the most efficient thing because there's nothing in this world. Hold on, let me finish. There's nothing in this world that if you don't work your ass off for, if you don't work super and day in and day out and put all of your time and effort into it, that you can't do.
We don't mean not working like, I mean, when I say not working, I'm talking about not working a 9 to 5 for an employer.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No, not for you, nigga. I'm talking about for the audience.
Oh, for the
it's
people?
like, yeah, the most efficient thing is to just drop everything and work on that. Your goal is to work for yourself. Your goal is to make your money for yourself. Your goal is to be an entrepreneur and do that for the audience.
So
for you guys.
For the sake of podcast conversation, if you both think that that's the most efficient thing to do, then why do you both have jobs?
You know what my job is.
It's mortgage.
No. My job, my full-time job is music.
But you have a job too, though.
I do.
Right.
I do.
But
It's not, I don't have, but it doesn't mean that I'm working any less efficient because I'm actually in my job. I'm in my career as a musician, as a writer. I just need I want extra money because, we get paid quarterly. You know what I'm saying? Like,
For me, at least, it's more so being able to pay for the shit that I know I'm going to need to do as an artist. Pay for my videos, pay for my studio time, pay for my mixing, my mastering, and things of that nature. And obviously the normal bills that come with being older. You know what I'm saying?
and pay for co-writing too.
Paying for
For co-writing too.
health insurance. You know what I'm saying, and all that shit. You know
And for
what I mean?
co-writing.
Co-writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You pay for your songwriters and like for your team and stuff, right? Did you mention that? It's okay. I mentioned it for you. It's all right.
we don't actually do that. We don't actually do that. Don't listen to him. He's lying. We don't do that. Everything's free.
But I think that's more so what I was saying as opposed to the gung ho. I think gung ho is more like no job at all. You just straight working, as opposed to you have a job but you still are able to work on your craft when you need to. That's why I said I think it depends on the person. It depends on their work ethic about what's more efficient. Because you two are very efficient at what you do, but you also have jobs to support yourselves. I wouldn't take anything away from you guys' efficiency. I've watched y'all work.
What about you, cameraman?
Niggas know I'm efficient outside, baby. Niggas know I got my teaching gig. It is what it is.
Yo, quick question, bro. Episode 4 up on YouTube?
That's because of Optimum.
Oh, all right, cool.
Optimum bum ass.
So
Not always as efficient as it could be.
Damn, bro.
This
This
don't
nigga.
feel like a family tonight.
Yeah, bro. There's an elephant in the room, and it's you. Niggas is mad at you.
It's not a fat joke.
that's fucked up. Damn, that's fat. Yo, because I thought that too, but I wasn't gonna say it and expose it because that's my boy. But like, you caught it, and I was like, damn.
That's fucked.
That's
no,
crazy.
That's fucked up. I just meant to say
That's
like there's
crazy.
things in here that we're not discussing. And episode 4 not being up on YouTube as of yet is the topic of discussion.
I couldn't think of the Drake lyric just now.
There's things in here that discussing. I did not sign up for this. All the things on this bucket list. Anything you want. Man, no, fuck that shit.
Hey, yo, episode 5 gonna be up before.
So episode 5 gonna be up before 4, and that's perfectly fine, yo. We ain't gonna talk about that. But listen, this is supposed to be a 2-part episode. Next episode, we're gonna talk about the music of bus mentality, just to kind of segue into that. But if you guys have anything else that you want to say or elaborate on or anything like that.
I do want to say one thing before we cut out.
Yeah.
To your point, like working smarter and versus harder. I truly believe in that. You know what I mean? I do believe in that. So I remember when I just recently got myself a little part-time. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, the mortgages is I'm doing that like part-time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that is whenever I'm around, whenever I have the ability to do that. You know what I'm saying? If funds is getting low, it's just like it's the same concept as niggas doing Uber Eats or doing Uber or some shit like that.
DoorDash.
To say it's,
Go pick a bag up.
you know what I'm saying? But that's just another way of income, another means of income. If you look at it from that standpoint, like, all right, I got to do this, I got to do that. You know what I mean? I think that's where it is. You got to work more efficient in that sense. You got to work smarter as opposed to harder. That's where I feel I'm different in that respect. Like, yeah, I have another job, but I don't look at it as a career. Like, I'm in my career and I'm getting somewhere in that career because I chose that. You know what I mean? I chose to do it that way, and I'm okay with the sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to let that one be out because I'm not going against anybody that feels differently, that feels like, all right, well, I need to do this job, and I don't care about working 60 hours or whatever the case is because I'm going to come home and do my music. More power to you. I'm not taking anything away from that. I'm just letting it be known, like,
Your stance.
my stance on it. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's different, like you said. But that's
No, I
all I'm
agree
saying.
with you though. I definitely lean more towards your way of thinking.
Yeah. Working smarter, not harder is a
Universal thing,
universal
man.
thing, bro.
Universal
But
thing.
that's all I really gotta say. I know there's a part 2, so I got much more to say.
All right,
Everything.
bet. Bugatti, you good? All right. So, y'all, we're going to be back at it with the part 2 next week. It's your boy, Johnny King.
And Akil J.
Clutch Boogie, baby.
And
This
this
is
is...
Les Roses. Les Roses. Les Roses is the Les Roses is the thing for the thing.
Are we going to play the outro?
I'm gonna pick it up from here. Because a day didn't get no love.
Should it be in my love or you and
That's a fact. Yo, that's mad funny. This shit is about. I'm on the next. That's crazy.
Don't forget,